Welcome to Swing Trade Workshop. My name is Kumar Ashok and today is 16th of January 2026. So before we proceed, the disclaimer is that I am not a SEBI registered advisor and please consult your professional financial advisor before any investment decision. Rule stays the same. The important point that I want to highlight is that we will be staying in Nifty 500 index. We will not be buying anything outside this. So if you might be observing during this time the small cap stocks are getting really hammered, which is outside that 500, or the micro cap stocks. Why? Because of the cash crunch. The reason being that dollar is so strong and rupee already broken 90 and close to 91. That gives a clear risk that if any small company doesn't have the cash flow, then it will be difficult for them to run their day-to-day operation and probably spend more in debt. So because of that, it is obvious that as soon as the currency weakens, you will see the impact with the small caps. Today also went the same. So now moving on to the market watch, how the day was today as a market, and then what I did. So day was like quite fluctuating. First 2-3 hours it was rising because of probably BJP's prediction of getting a good result in the Mumbai election, but due to some reason the impact got fizzled out after that, even after the result was good for BJP, but ruling party basically. But yeah, then small cap and mid cap stocks were really in pressure, I could see. So what I did, I bought a little bit of ICICI Prudential life insurance and a bit of graphite. Why I'm looking into life insurance space? Because if you observe, actually it's the same theme. The vehicles actually getting sold higher, and then as soon as you buy one vehicle, you are already into commitment of buying insurance, giving it, changing the oils, giving, doing the necessary service, cleanup. So all this extra burden the person has to bear, and insurance is part of it. So it's not only the vehicle insurance, it also life insurance. So basically, uh, because of that, if you really see the result of ICICI Prudential life insurance in quarter 3, it was actually good, and I am expecting the same with SBI life insurance also. So that means these two are actually front runner, especially in insurance space. Also, you should keep an eye on Policy Bazar, who has actually given quite a digitization. But yeah, it's in actually in future and option stock, so could be a risky bet. But these are the areas where growth is expected. Similarly, graphite. Why graphite? Because if you actually in the last recent 4-5 days, the correction was literally huge, but it bounced back. If you observe, why it's bounced back? Because see, this is the benefit of choosing the sector, because the theme is going to again give an edge. Why? Because Europe basically is imposing the green steel concept, and with graphite rod we can produce green steel, and if India has to export, actually India exports a lot of iron and steel basically to Europe, so they would need graphite. And at the same time, graphite also used in 80% of amount in a battery development. So graphite will be in demand going ahead. Because of that, actually even HEG and graphite both bounced back. So I bought a little bit, looking at the level of strength. Then I did a bit of profit booking. You might have aware from my last video that I did a bottom fishing with Force Motors and I booked the profit, but that doesn't mean that I didn't have any loss. So I did a good amount of loss booking today, especially in Usha Martin and PM industry. So basically these two are not part of Nifty 500. So I did the mistake, and then I actually it hit my stop loss and I had to exit. I was thinking maybe vehicle space, so that means auto ancillary will be demand, but because they are close to the result season, so weakness is there, nervousness is there, so people actually selling. And when there is low liquidity and dollar is so strong, small caps will basically be hit. So that is what is happening. So to stay in a safer bet, to protect the capital, I did exit without hesitation. Same goes for Power India, GE Vernova, JSW Energy, and TD Power System. Due to some reason, all the energy stocks actually weakening. A reason being, this is a long-term thing. Energy is for sure demand will be huge in India, but that doesn't mean that this quarter result will be good because AI theme is just starting in India, actually quite negligible in India. You know, so to take the currently just people allocating the resources, lands, and building the data warehouses and data centers. So things are not in place yet. So as soon as the result come out, they will look good. Sorry, they will look weak, and because of that, what will happen? Market is actually getting a bit nervous and they are going down. But I feel as soon as the result is out and things get settled down, then the stocks will again bounce back. This is what is my prediction expectation. But to stay in safer side, I just exited. Same goes for TD Power System. Maybe because of trade deal is uncertainties and all, which is not giving any lead to how to sell or export the motors to outside market. So because of that, maybe TD Power also weakening. But who knows, tomorrow it may bounce back. But I stayed in a safer side to exit a certain amount, small amount in TD Power, just basically downsizing a bit. Then my investment looked like this, where ICICI Prudential is doing good, HEG is doing good, Nuvama is doing good, Hindustan Petroleum is doing good. But Data Pattern, BEL, C8 are actually weakening a bit, and PTCI also. So this is part and parcel of life. I mean trading life. So no need to worry of little corrections, but this is how it works. Okay, and then going ahead, uh, next topic is food for thought. And today, what is the topic? Topic is what will be the future of alcohol stocks in Indian market, Indian players. So we have major three players in large cap space. They are Redico, United Spirits, and then United Brewery. Whereas first two are into spirit space, the later one is with brewery space, basically beer segment. So beer segment is getting a bit of headwind because of inflation, because of raw material cost is going up, and then weather is not that favoring to beer. Basically, it has to be more heat so that people get into more beer. And barley price is also increasing. So because of all that, United Brewery is expected not to do well, but let us see the result. Now probably it will be on February, somewhere in the first week of February. But Redico and United Spirits probably will be giving the result next week. So, but what is the key topic of discussion? That is FTA with EU. So it is expected that EU and India are going to sign a FTA on 27 January 2026, and the information which came out that the current tax of 150% will be reduced to 75%, and further 40% it will reach after 10 years. So if that so happens, what will be the impact? So definitely it will impact the premium segment of Redico as well as United Spirits, because simply there will be open competition among the foreign players and local players. How? Because foreign players will have more capital, they can come with more better advertisements to having more disposable income, sorry, spending. That way, they can do more advertising, and when people see a foreign brand, I don't know how the demand will be. Basically, the consumer can uh, write it. I mean, how is the impression when you go for a foreign premium liquor and a Indian premium liquor? But definitely, there is going to be competition. There's no brainer that. Then, but there is one important thing to note, that India will put a minimum import price cap. That means any bottle which is below, let's say decided that below $7 means there the benefit will not be given to the European liquor companies. That means there the Indian players will be immune, and US players will, sorry, foreign players will be imposed with the same 150%. So this is what is all speculation. The deal will be finalized on 27th, and then only we'll get it. So if let's say that MIP is set to a higher target, probably Redico and Tilaknagar and let's say United Spirits, they can do well. They will not worry. Why? I feel because we have edge on labor, because we have cheap labor as well as we have necessary infra that we can reduce our raw material cost to a certain extent, and because of that probably we can generate more margin compared to a foreign brand. So considering that, in long run, maybe after two quarters, the liquor stocks will continue to give a good fight or continue to get more market share because now they got new market to sell. At the same time, margin or the profit margin will basically be hit because they have to spend more on the marketing due to the competition. So that probably will give a little bit of pressure, but maybe the volume will adjust the margin risk. But it's interesting thing to observe. So what is my view? My view is basically that in long run, Indian players, Swedish players will do well. But in first quarter after the this one the FTA is signed, probably stocks will stay in pressure for a few maybe first week. After that, they will continue to uh, get a better level. So this is the idea. So we need to keep observant, and if that is what is happening, then in a right time we have to position ourselves. So not just that we got the idea and we'll get into it and buy it now. No, it's not safe. Whereas if you really observe the chart of Redico, there is already a good amount of correction. Around 10% correction happened from the top, even more. But it may further correct because all these are speculations. So still some people are holding their hope and sitting tight. But as soon as the deal will be signed, there will be a nightmare or basically a fluctuation in the market on that day or 2 days after that. But it could be a great opportunity. So that is what I felt. So that is all about the food for thought. Please write your feedback, how you feel. Do you agree with my analysis or you have a different view? I will love to consider all that and then also put into my discussion. So with that, I thank you for your time, and please like and subscribe.